Our story begins in the fantastical world of Orth, where we find a little girl named Riko and a little boy named Nat rappelling down a mountainside. As the two apprentice explorers, also known as Red Whistles, walk down the path, Riko excitedly looks forward to the potentially wonderful treasures they could find, while the more grounded Nat reminds her that the area has already been cleaned out of all its treasures. And as they watch more seasoned explorers make their way up and down the perilous mountain, the young girl is more resolved than ever to one day be as successful as they are. Later on, as Riko checks up on Nat's progress, she comes upon an enormous snake-like creature known as a crimson splitjaw, ominously making its way towards Nat, who looks to be injured and unconscious. The little girl blows on her whistle as hard as she can, causing the creature to change its focus to her and chase her down. Riko runs as fast as her little legs will carry her, falling down dangerous chasms and running through tight fissures until she reaches the edge of a cliff. She turns around to find the split jaw right behind her, and as she braces herself to get consumed, a blinding fiery blast surges forward, injuring the creature and causing it to flee. She tentatively walks down the path of destruction, first discovering a blue pendant on the ground, and then looking on to find an unconscious little boy. In her attempt to revive him, she discovers that his skin is synthetic and his arms are mechanical. That evening, we see Riko, Nat, and the still unconscious robot boy looking on anxiously at the Belchero orphanage where they live. And as the ultra-stern matron named Belchero stands at the entrance waiting for the arrival of the children, Nat sneaks round the back and convinces the toddler at the window named Shiggy to create a distraction for them. The following evening, we find Riko, Nat, Kiyui, and Shiggy in Riko's room, which used to be a torture chamber, somewhat appropriate for the perpetually in trouble little girl, as they try to wake the robot boy. An excessive surge of electricity is released, waking the robot boy but causing a power outage. The kids scatter in all directions as Jiruo makes his way into the room. Riko looks on anxiously as the instructor lifts up the cloth draped over the chair. And to her relief, the robot boy used his extending arms to lift himself to the roof. Riko and the robot boy walk into town. Turns out that he has no memory of where or even who he is, and so Riko gives him the name Reg. We find out that centuries ago, a mysterious and seemingly unending hole appeared in the world of Orth. Adventurers came from all over and slowly built a town now known as Bialuska around this endless chasm. And as Reg looks on at the enormous cavity before them, we learn that the inhabitants of this world call it the Abyss.